Did you know that you can adjust the size or dimensions of the different parts of your windows and doors? So for example, you can adjust how thick or how deep you want your window frame to be. You can adjust the window sash, that's the part that holds the glass in place, and you can also adjust the thickness of the window. So if you really want to get very accurate and intricate, you can adjust all of those dimensions in AutoCAD architecture. So how do you do that? You would simply first click on the window and then go to Edit Style, and on the Dimensions tab, you want to adjust the frame, so we can make it maybe 1.5. If that is more accurate, that's pretty much what the dimension of the lumber would be if we were using 2x4, for example, and this would be 3.5, right? If you check this box, it will adjust the depth of the frame to be as wide as the wall. So if that's what you want, you can do that. But for this example, I'm going to uncheck that. And then also you can adjust the dimensions of the sash as well as the glass panel itself. Once you're done with that, you hit OK, and you can see that the window frame has been adjusted to reflect the dimensions that were added. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is how to move your windows within the wall. What if I want this edge of the window to align with this edge of the wall? You would simply click on this button here that says reposition within wall, and you would place your starting point where you want it. So I want to move this edge, and then I'll select my destination point. So I'll click here, and then I'll type the dimension of how far I want those to be. We know we want them to align, so that dimension should be 0, right? So we're going to put 0 and hit enter. Just like that, I would have successfully moved the window within the wall like that. And last thing I want to show you is how to move the window along the wall. Now, of course, we can just grab it and move it like this, but what if I want it to be specific? Yeah, I want this window to be 1 foot away from this window. So I'll click on it. I'll select reposition along wall. I'll pick my edge there, and then I'll pick the edge of the other reference window or reference edge, and then I'll type my distance within that blue box. So my distance is going to be 12 inches, same thing as 1 foot. Hit enter, and now if I measure that from here to here, that's going to be exactly 1 foot. And I can do the same thing with doors. It's the same operation. As you can see with the door frame has been expanded to adjust with the width of the wall. So that's what we were talking about earlier. If you go into Edit Style, on the Dimensions tab here, you can see that this box was checked, which is what allows this door frame to expand to the entire width of the wall. So those are a few of the tips and tricks that will enhance your workflow and the overall effectiveness of your drawing.